SeaWorld, there was a killer whale, or there is a killer whale, by the name of Tilly. And Tilly killed one of the trainers. And it's become a really big story because people are wondering what we should do with the killer whale. What should SeaWorld do? Okay? And a lot of people are suggesting different options.
Okay.
And one group known as the American Family Association, which is a right-wing group, thinks that we should stone this killer whale to death.
No, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Their stupidity knows no bounds. All right. Why, Anna?
Well, they believe in the direct translation of the Bible, right?
Okay.
So they've actually given specific verses in the Bible to, give reasoning for why they believe stoning this killer whale makes sense. So this is what they say. Says the ancient civil code of Israel, when an axe gores a man or woman to death, the ox shall be stoned and its flesh shall be eaten, but the owner shall not be liable.
The flesh shall not be eaten. Let's be very careful about that. So we will not be eating Tilly, okay? But wait a minute. If we're doing literal translations of the Bible, he didn't look like an ox to me. He looked like a killer whale. Well, I thought you were taking it literally, right? Well, that ain't no ox. Did it say killer whale in the Bible? It didn't, did it? Okay, I guess you're taking it literally for however, in a way that you like. Okay, so we're going to stone him to death. To my knowledge, a whale has never been stoned to death. Would we have to bring him on shore and then, like, wail at him? I didn't mean that. But, okay, and wouldn't he die because he's on shore? Or can we get these idiots to start throwing rocks into the pool? You're like, I think I got him. Or I got a better idea. How about the guy who came up with this idea goes inside the pool and tries to stone the killer whale to death and see how it works out for him?
Right, exactly. Fair
is fair, right? I mean, give you literal translation of the Bible. Get in there, man. Have at it, horse. See how it turns out. Now, since Tilly had killed before, because it is, let us remember, in the title of it, a killer whale, okay, that makes the American Family Association apparently even more aggrieved. Who else needs to die over this, Hannah?
Oh, Chuck Thompson needs to die. And Chuck Thompson is the curator who is in charge of animal behavior at SeaWorld, okay? And they say that the scripture soberly warns, if one of your animals kills a second time because you didn't kill it after it claimed the first human victim, this time you die right along with your animal.
Think about it.
To use the example from Exodus, if your ox kills a second time, the ox shall be stoned and its owner shall be put to death.
Now, Chuck doesn't have to get stoned to death, though. There's a lot of options on how to go after him. Although, of course, I don't want any of this to happen. These people are absolutely certifiably nuts, right? But I'm still amused by the idea of the idiot throwing stones into the pool trying to kill the killer whale. All right, look, ain't nobody goring no ox or killer whale. This ain't going to happen. But one of the reasons that I'm so intrigued by this story is the title of the group is American Family Association. What does this have to do with your family? What is Tilly and the SeaWorld, tragedy, et cetera, that happened over there and the show that they put on have anything to do with your family? Why are they up in people's business? Because these organizations are never about your family. They never fight for better health care for your family. If you're unemployed, they want to make sure your family can, eat by getting you unemployment extension, whatever. Nothing about your family. It's who do we hate and how do we hate them, right? We hate the gays. We hate the killer whales. We hate the people who train the killer whales. They want to stone somebody because they're pro-family.
But you know what? Let me ask you something, because I've been curious about this, about your point of view ever since I heard about this story. So what do you think should happen with Tilly the whale?
Look, you can't, it's like...
Because you obviously can't, let this whale out in the ocean, because it's become accustomed to living a certain lifestyle. And
he seems pretty adept at, killing for food.
Right.
Well, now, and by the way, that's not entirely fair, because he wasn't necessarily killing for food. He might have been playing, right? And kind of like a rag doll, they toss the humans around, we're having fun, except they're underwater, so they suffocate. And except he bit them, so they die, right? So I hear you. Releasing him is an issue. Keeping him is an issue. Now, that's been several times that he's killed people. We're getting outside the bounds of reason here, right, with Tilly. On the other hand, killing him is nuts. I mean, that's like hiring an assassin and then getting all mad if he killed somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the title. It's in the job description, right? We call them killer whales. So, you know, if you can't keep him there and you can't keep him at a zoo or whatever it is, you know, because there's some zoos that are, you know, I've never been to a zoo. I don't know. But I assume that there's some places where you can keep killer whales where they're not doing shows for entertainment reasons. But if there are no such places, then killing him makes no sense whatsoever. I'd release him into the wild and say, hey, you know what? Good luck, Tilly. Go get him. I mean, that's better than killing him. What the hell's the point of that?